my channel. Welcome to Frugal Vlogmas Day 2, and today we're making homemade gift boxes very cheaply. Now before I carry on, quick disclaimer, I'm not very artistic. I have lots of lovely ideas, but I'm not very good at actually carrying them out because I'm not very artistically blessed. The standing joke is I couldn't draw a straight line with a ruler, so my work's probably a bit rough and ready, and you could probably do a lot better job than me and make it a lot neater and a lot straighter or whatever. But this is me and this is what I'm doing, and the family are used to me now, so it really doesn't matter, but I'm sure yours will look a little bit better than mine. So I'm going to make some Christmas gift boxes to put this year's Christmas presents in for people, and I wanted to keep the costs down. So I've been collecting boxes throughout the year. I only give gifts to a few people, so I didn't need hundreds and hundreds of boxes. I just needed a few. I had one pair of shoes myself this year, so I have got one shoe box from myself. This was a shoe box. Then I've got some more shoe boxes because when people at work were coming in going, oh, do you like my new shoes? I was going, oh, have you still got the box? Do you want the box, or can I have it? So I've actually got a couple of boxes here, shoe boxes, that literally people were just going to put in their recycling. Some of them are quite good with shoe boxes because they actually still got the tissue paper in there as well, so I can use the tissue paper in the boxes as well to make it look a bit more gift-like and stuff. So I've got a couple of big shoe boxes from people at work that say we're just going in the recycling. My daughter bought some shoes, and so I've got a small box. The sun's sort of going in and out through the window, so that's why it gets light and dark. I am trying my best with the lighting. I did try on the last videos and then found you could see the reflection of the light in my glasses. Not technical at all, but that's real life. So I've got some small boxes here, which my daughter had some Converse in or something, so that's small. And then you don't even need to use shoe boxes at all. This is another box that I got from work that they were throwing out in the recycling, and this just had coffee sachets in. As you can see, it's just a little box with a lid. It's a little bit squashed, but I'm sure once we get the pretty paper on that, it won't matter. So we're going to give that a go as well. So I've got a collection of boxes. I have some Christmas wrapping paper. Now this I actually bought in the January sales, and it was down to about 30p. I always get any gift wrap that I think I'm going to need for Christmas in the January sales. I don't start my no spend or low spend year till the end of January because you can save so much money shopping the sales. So again, I think these were about 30p each, I want to say, something like that. This particular one was from the Card Factory, and it's 3 meters, and I think this one's the same. Yeah, so I've got various bits of that. I've got a glue stick. I find a glue stick a lot easier to use than with the sellotape because I have got arthritic hands and faffing about the tape, so I tend to glue it and then finish off with tape to make sure it's secure if I need to when I finished. And basically we're going to wrap a box with pretty paper. Now I do find it better to do it in stages rather than just try and wrap the whole box as a present, because I find that if you try and wrap the box and the lid as one, every time you open it, it rips the paper. And I also found that trying to do the inside just straight away in like that, it always seemed to ruffle, because as I said, I'm not overly artistic. So I do sort of cut out and do it in sections to cover the boxes. So this gift box was a free box, paper that was Pence. So literally you're going to have a nice gift box like this for a few pence, because these will do several boxes. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it till closer to Christmas. I'm actually going to decorate the top of my box with a sprig of holly. So I'm going to leave that so it's fresh, so I can just go out and pick that fresh closer to Christmas, pop that on the top. I mean, you can use bows or gift tags or whatever you like. Again, you can get those very cheaply in the January sales. But I'm just going to get a piece of holly or something greenery from the garden, because obviously that's free for me. I'm lucky I can do that sort of thing. And I'm just going to sellotape a little sprig of holly onto the top of the box before I give it as the gift. So I'm going to start wrapping a box now. I'm sure you all know how to wrap a box. I'm just going to show you how I do it, just in case you were wondering. As I say, it's a bit rough and ready. So I've just put the box on a piece of paper and cut out a large piece. I've cut it so that it comes just above here. I don't wrap the lid with the back because it just rips. So I will trim that a little bit, and it's just a slight overlap there before I'll stick a separate piece on there. And then I've cut it here at the sides so that will fold over in there. Again, I don't go all the way and down and around because I find that it does crease. And then I've done the same that side so that it just folds over like that. And then I will cut and glue a separate piece in there and a separate piece on the top. And then at the front, if you look here, you've got these big flaps. So if you fold it over, you've got this bit extra. So what I'll do is I'm going to cut it down here and down here at the front, fold this bit over, and then these end pieces I will use for gluing inside. So I'll just cut down here now. So I've cut that and I've just folded it over. This one, because the box is so small, this is just the size of the paper, it has gone all the way, a lot of the way, but as you can see, I do find sometimes they scrunch. So normally I would cut it short and then do a completely separate piece for the bottom, just because I find it sits, here I'm going to put this, it sits better. But because the way the paper was, it has come most of the way across. So usually I'd cut it about there and have a completely separate piece in the bottom. But it might work all right for you. I say I usually just find it, for some reason, because I say I'm not technical, it does runch up a bit. But I'll see how that goes. I might just cut another piece out and stick it at the bottom to make sure it stays flat. And then I'll cut a separate piece out for doing the lid here. I will put a separate piece along here. I won't put this bit and all the way down because I just find it just rips with the lid. I mean, if you were just going to do it once and put the present in, that's fine. But I'm sort of collecting bits and pieces to put in the boxes. So I'll need to open the lid a couple of times. So I'm going to do that separate so that it doesn't just rip. Because, of course, the paper's not really, really expensive paper. It's quite cheap paper, so it's not very robust. And then I will, as I say, glue a separate piece on the top. So I've basically finished this. It's a little bit rough and ready because I've done this one really quickly because I was trying to film. I will tidy it up a little bit. So one of the reasons why mine looks a bit more rough and ready, like you could probably match in your trees and all this, is that I'm trying to use all the offcuts so that I use as little paper as possible so my paper goes a longer way. So you could sort of cut it better to size and cut it to match, where I'm sort of patchwork quilting it a bit because I'm just using the offcuts to cover all the bits. But I mean, you get the gist. My family really don't mind, and they'll just be thinking it's, you know, one of Mum's handmade things, and they think it's lovely that I do this sort of stuff. So the fact that it's a bit tatty is you know, but you could obviously take a bit more time and cut it to better size. But even so, that's, you know, it's quite a nice sort of, once you've got the gifts inside, it's these sort of wrappings a little bit immaterial sometimes. I will tidy this up a little bit. As I say, I've left this bit here because it just always seems to rip. And again, these bits were just offcuts from off the front that I was trying to use up, just like the bits around the side. So, but there we are. So you've got a nice little gift box for a few pence to put some really nice Christmas gifts in.